everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. This is your boy TraderPrad. TraderPrad. But if you guys are ready for this show to get started, why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. Mic test. All right, and my mic also decided to not work on me, which I knew might happen today. For some reason, I felt like that might just happen too. First, my settings in my streaming software changed where it was showing the wrong screen. It was showing you guys my secondary screen where the chats are, and then it also disturbed my mouse, or sorry, not my mouse, my microphone settings. So that one dies. That's amazing. Anyways, hopefully your day is going better than my day. Obviously, over here, a little bit of technical issues. But a couple of those issues we dealt with, and hopefully we don't have any more issues going forward. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of with your boy TraderPrad, where we're gonna talk about stocks and all the other fun stuff over here. Little technical glitches over there, and now I'm getting technical glitches in my head. Crazy how that ends up. How'd your weekend go? I know I was supposed to stream on the Sunday, but I just did not feel like I just had the mental strength to stream on Sunday, sorry. I was just way too tired, way too exhausted, way too, staying up way too late on the last few nights. So just tired, exhausted. I did post it on Discord that I would not be streaming. So if you were on Discord, you knew that I would not be on live. But if you were not on Discord, I apologize, because you basically had no a way to kind of get alerted that I wasn't going live, and maybe you were waiting at 6 o'clock on Sunday. And for that, I do apologize. But we are back. We're back and we're ready to lock in, be loaded. Today's trades, how did they go today? I actually had a pretty decent trade today. I was long the QQQ later on in the day. I got long when it pulled back into VWAP. Enjoyed a nice ride all the way to the high side later on in the day, all the way up to 350, 355. We got a nice spike going into the close. The market reclaiming last week's high, and just continuing to go to the upside. Looks like we might just be on an ascent right back to all-time high here. So looking to see how the market plays out over there. Couple stocks that are setting up and near their own all-time highs, and couple stocks that are reported earnings today after hours, even stocks that report earnings tomorrow pre-market. So we'll go through all that basket of stocks in our watch list for tomorrow. Get prepared for all the possible trade opportunities that the trading lords might present us with, and see what opportunities can we find. Those sweet cheddar cheese, baby. Find that sweet cheddar cheese. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, welcome. Hopefully, you had a great day for yourself. Let me know what you traded. Let me know, what kind of positions were you putting that risk on, and how did it play out for you. I would love to take a look at those stocks. Momo's in the house. What's up, Momo? Where'd Mouse go? There we go. Momo, TH, Dieter, SJ, and Michael Anthony. Everyone's in the house today. I love to see it. Your lips move, but I can't hear what they're saying. Is my mic still broken? Mic test? Mic test? Okay, it seems like my mic's working. Hopefully my mic's not brokey still. My stock bounced back. Hey, which stock was it? Is it called STOX? I know you mean by full stocks, but not just. Let me make sure. STOX. The Mexican leverage ETF. Is that the one? It did bounce back 4.5%. Ooh, not bad. NVDY. Ooh, is that the 3 times leverage? Like NVDL? NVDY? Yeah. Which one is this? How much oh, this is the option strategy for Nvidia. Okay. A little bit different, I guess, than NVDL. I'm guessing a little bit different than NVDL. This is the 2 times long ETF of Nvidia. NVDY is a Nvidia options income strategy ETF. This one gives dividend. I wonder if NVDL gives dividend. It does, surprisingly enough. Or maybe just gave a one-time dividend of $10. Ooh, that's pretty crazy. Imagine you held the stock at $8 and it gave you a one-time dividend of $10. You just made your money back. One share, you just make your money back. That's pretty cool. NVDL. Let's see what the overall watch list is for tomorrow. Let's get started with kind of what we missed out and all we're supposed to do yesterday at 6 o'clock. So we'll show you what the watch list is. Before we do that, we'll show you what the earnings board for this week looks like. Nothing really too interesting today in the pre-market. We did have Berkshire Hathaway that reported earnings. Besides that, Tyson Foods maybe, but nothing really too important for me that I care about. So didn't really trade anything out of this board. I just traded the overall market QQQ directly. But tomorrow, or should I say tonight after hours, including with tomorrow pre-market, we have quite a bunch of stocks coming out with earnings. Palantir being one of them that reported today after hours. actually pushed to the downside, sadly. Lucid Motors reporting today after hours. Rocket Lab, not really something that's even on the watch list at all, but Rocket Lab could be something that we can maybe see how they moved in the after hours, and if they moved well, then we can look at the report and see if we can find a possible trade, and then I'll put it onto my watch list. But right now, at the moment, not on the watch list. And that kind of ends the watch list right there for the after hour earnings reporters. And then today tomorrow pre-market, we have Disney, Celsius Holdings, Datadog, Crocs, all of which are usually known to move around pretty well and with lots of volatility off their earnings reports. So we'll see how these stocks are, where these stocks are currently, and maybe we get some opportunities to play with these positions tomorrow in pre-market. We'll also use our friend Options AI. For that, let me just quickly go to the other screen and log into my account. Oops, that's not the right password. Bang. And that's logged in. And now we get to start with the watch list for tomorrow. So let me bring in our good watch list tool, Notion. Shout out to Notion, not affiliated by them by any means, but you should check them out. This is a notebook of all my things. It's got my playbooks, my trade write-ups, my reviews, sometimes my back test, but more importantly, my daily watch list, my daily journals. This is where you see me type in my watch list every single day. Man, my throat. This is where you watch me type in my watch list every single day, and it holds like a complete notebook. All I can simply do is put in a search, and I can type in any single stock name over here. It will go through the whole list of stocks and find exactly every single area where maybe you type Apple, Amazon, Palantir, wherever you type it, it will show up perfectly, and you'll be able to go back and, you know, review that trade, review that day, review that setup, all that so clearly, so perfectly. So I love Notion. Not affiliated by them anyway. Don't even have a link in my description, but I probably should. Go check them out. It's absolutely free. Go check them out. But talking about our watches for tomorrow, as I already mentioned, some of the stocks that are reporting earnings tomorrow pre-market or already reported today pre-market after hours are large cap stock, one of which is already colored in a special differentiating color, which is Amazon. Amazon almost at its all-time high, so we're interested to see how Amazon sets up as the QQQ and the SPY reverse today, all the way back to the upside, reclaiming the last week's high and pushing back up north. Along with that, maybe we'll see some of the semiconductor or even the Bitcoin sector catching some of that pump behind it as the market keeps on looking to climb back up. At the moment, first stock of interest, Palantir. So we're going to move the watch list over and then bring in our good friend Benzinga. Bring in our good friend Benzinga to take a look at the Palantir earnings report. Palantir reported financial results after the market closed on Monday. Here's a look at the key metrics from the quarter. Palantir reported revenue increased 21% year over year, which beat the consensus estimate. Okay. Commercial revenue grew 27% year over year, driven by 40% year over year increase in the Okay, so why did it go down? Oh, that's right, poor guidance. We'll get to that part very soon. Palantir reported adjusted earnings of 8 cents per share, which was in line with the analyst estimates. The company has now delivered 6 straight quarters of profitability. Palantir customers count grew 42% year over year, 11% quarter to quarter. U.S. customer count increased 69% year to year to 262 customers. Palantir ended the quarter with cash of $3.9 billion. Outlook: second quarter revenue to be between 649 and 653 million versus 653.25 million. So their highest end is a little bit shy of the estimates, and their low end is quite a bit low away from the estimate. So clearly missing the estimates over here on their next guidance. The company also raised its full year guidance. However, Palantir now sees full year revenue in the range of 2.67 billion to 2.68 billion versus 2.71 billion. However, that number, even after them raising the guidance, is still not up to standards of the estimates, so still missing on the full year along with the next quarter. The company also raised its US commercial revenue outlook to be in the excess of 661 million, representing a growth of at least 45%. Palantir noted that it continues to expect adjusted free cash flow between 800 million to 1 billion for full year of 2024. The company also expects to be operating income of this year, blah blah blah, management conference call. All right, overall the stock did go down sadly 6%. When I was taking a look at it, stock went down for Palantir about 5%, sorry, 6% or so, 8% is what it went down when I was looking at it. It looks like it did recover a little bit. Look, that report is not that bad. Yes, they are not going to come out with the exact number of the estimates. The market's a lot about the future, but if you're looking at what the future looks like for Palantir, a growth company, they're growing year to year on every single category that we just took a look at on Benzinga. They are growing successfully across the board. So even though their outlook is just shy, very shortly shy on both the full year and on the next quarter, they're still going to be profitable. They're still going to be growing, and doesn't look like anything stopping just yet for Palantir. So pretty sad move. I guess you could call me a little biased on this position because of previously being invested in this position, no longer being invested, but previously being invested in this position. You can call it maybe a little bit of a bias, but honestly no bias over here. I think they're just a pretty good company, and the report looks good, ignoring my bias from that, how I think the company is. Looking at the report, that report looks good, but as I always do tell myself, and I do always say on the show too, I am not an analyst, right? My job is not to read a report and, you know, come up with what the price target or upgrade downgrade is. My job is to look for how the stock reacts to this news, see if there's any opportunity to play off of it. Right now, I'm not really looking to short Palantir too much to the downside. I'm more so interested to see how Palantir plays on pullbacks, on supports, and so on. So if we do pull back into like last week's low, find some buying into last week's low, or somewhere above last week's high. I wonder even where last week's high is at the moment. So let's kind of turn it on. Let me just go here, set that to that, set that to that. Okay, you're good. Perfect. We are currently looking for where last week's low is. So that's around $21.63. You can see how right around yesterday's low is where we found a little bit of support on Palantir. So I'm gonna expect that to continue showing some support. We also got last week's high, which was around yesterday's high, coming into play, right around $23.64 or so. That could be a little bit of area of resistance. So a little bit of, congestion all across the board over here to the upside and to the downside for Palantir. Not really looking to short it based off that report too much, and we do have a overall bullish sentiment, in my opinion, on Palantir. We got some beautiful double bottoms. Not the previous earnings. Well, it is the previous earnings report. This is this earnings report. The previous earnings report bottom comes in just around that area right there, which is almost a double bottom. So what is that price of $19.76? If $20 comes into play, I think $20 should not come into play. We should bounce off of that last week's high, or last week's, was it last week's high? Let's go back really quick. this last week's low, 2163 area. We should bounce off of that pretty easily. So I'm not expecting the stock to even push down to 20. But if it does push to 20 and find some support in the 20, then we just have a better area to go long into. So watching how Palantir plays on any sort of pullbacks to the downside, obviously very important for tomorrow with the high catalyst coming into play, which is the earnings report. S1 being I said 23, 64 to 50. 64 to 50. And then S2, I'll just put in 20 to 19. What was that low? 76, 1975. Ooh. 1975. So S1, 23 to 64 to 50. You can just say like 55, it doesn't really matter. S2, 20 to 1975 on the bottom side. If it does pull down there, I'm mainly looking to get long on this position. If the stock is showing us some good support off of today's lows, off of today's highs, on some sort of pre-market move to the north side, able to start testing the 52-week high and start getting into that higher end of the ranges already in the pre-market, then we're gonna have to revamp some of the levels over here and get ready for that approach of attack. Obviously on Palantir will be pretty interesting to see how the stock reacts in pre-market. I think it'll get bought back up, especially if the market gets bought back up tomorrow. I think Palantir will get bought back up along with it, so watching to see how the stock reacts for sure. And then I typed in Lucid in my watch list for no reason. Okay, Lucid, what the hell? Oh wow, I was gonna be surprised. LCID, Lucid Motors, reporting today after hours. Looks like a red report. 20% miss on EPS and a 0.5% miss on earnings report. I'm gonna quickly have to turn this one off because you can't see shit with that one. Looks like it's dropping back to the downside. This is where Lucid Motors gets very boring to even think about trading. 17-cent ATR. I mean, what are we doing? Going back into all-time low? Are we just pushing back into $2.27, triggering SSR, and then giving you possibly an amazing SSR long opportunity? But how many times are we going to keep playing this game with this stock, right? So I'm just kind of not interested, really. It might just give you a long right back into $2, right? It could give you a possible long into $2, but how many times are we playing this game? At this point, you're just going to be the next Fisker. You're just going to be the next Fisker. You're going to go bankrupt. You're going to go get the notice eventually that you're going bankrupt and so on. So be careful if you are invested in Lucid, right? Looks like not a good stock to be currently invested in. Very scary. Very scary. And the report, don't even need to take a look at it. If the stock is playing that way, I'm not interested. I'm more interested to look for the short squeeze. But we're not going to get the short squeeze if the shorts continue to keep on winning on that position, sadly. So, Lucid Motors, Lucid Motors, Lucid Motors. The next few list of stocks that we're going to quickly glance over because they haven't really reported stocks, they haven't really reported their earnings, sadly. It's going to be Disney, Celsius, Datadog, and Crocs. So let's talk about DIS. DIS coming in with the pretty good recovery not too long ago on its last earnings report. You can see how it's also holding its beautiful anchored VWAP from its last earnings report also. So nice little bounce on this earnings VWAP, kind of reminding you of Meta if you think about right before Meta broke its earnings VWAP and closed the gap all the way to the downside. So we'll be pretty interested to see if the stock breaks that low right here. You can even add another low right into that area if you want to, but right into that earnings day low to see what happens if we pull back on any sort of negative report, and on any sort of positive report we got a beautiful triple top into that 123.75 area. So these levels are almost very clean on Disney. So I'm gonna quickly head over to Disney on earnings VWAP, sorry, options AI, and see what they're expecting. They're expecting a 6.6% move to the upside or to the downside, which gives you a move to the downside of $109, rounding it up to 109, or a move down to up to 124. So 124 gives you exactly into that 52-week high marker that we just threw in, and the 108, which is just a little bit short of this these two lines that we have marked in. That line comes in at 106.80, so a little bit short before that area. They're expecting to find support. I think we might actually even just push into these lines tomorrow if we do come all the way down over here on any sort of negative report. So Disney looks like we might be able to find some good clean opportunities to trade off of. So I will obviously be having this one as a pretty high priority, putting this one on the watch list, putting S1 as 107 to 106 area, because basically we have, if you go back, 106.80 to 106.80 to 105.83. So I'm just gonna round it up, 106 to 107 as S1, and then under that we have S2 at gap close into $99, just under 100. So you can put in 100 to gap close of 99. As for resistance, I think if the report comes out well, I do expect the stock to go right back into $124. It's actually at around 123.75/$124 as R1, and then anything above that is kind of just bonus because the stock hasn't been there for quite some time now. So we'll be seeing how.
Is that on your head, you lil pedo?
The hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? It's a hat, you idiot. Disney, we'll be seeing how this stock plays out to the upside. Obviously, I think Disney has been coming out with a lot of good things recently. They had a good Epic Games partnership for some sort of a collaboration for all new games that Epic might make. They might include, or Epic might be actually going on a whole new project, making Marvel type games and so on, Disney type games and so on. So they're looking to really bring in a lot more sources of revenue. Not that Disney really needs that. You guys already know this. Companies that Disney own. Image. There's this beautiful graphic over here. If you've never seen it, you should take a look at this one. Okay. So right here, you can see how they pretty much own the whole Marvel industry. Marvel Studios, their own Walt Disney. That involves a little bit of Star Wars too, because they own Lucasfilms and so on. And that's just the film side. If you want to go deeper into film side, you got Fox Entertainment, Fox News, Fox Sports, Fox Media, Sky News, Sky Media. And this is all like the other side of the world, not in the National Geography and so on. They also own ESPN, right? So that's all TV and so on. And then you can keep on going into the other parts, which is Disney theme parks and recreation parks and so on, and they're corporate. The ABC, almost forgot about ABC. Theatrical areas, the music group. Do they own Warner? No, they don't own Warner. But wait. But they own a bunch of other stuff. Pixar, obviously you can't forget Pixar, right? Bunch of other no-name companies on the side over here. You got even GoPro, which is under their like venture groups and so on. Steamboat. So Hulu, another entertainment segment that they own. UTV, another entertainment segment they own. A Japan segment, more telecommunication segment. ESPN, ABC, which I already just mentioned. I mean, you can just go for days talking about what Disney owns over here. So Disney will be pretty interesting. They recently had also their own proxy war, which Bob Iger ended up winning. So that one was a pretty interesting proxy war. We'll see how that one ends up on a nice little move to the upside on that resistance, and we'll see if we can get a support above that. If 124 can get above and hold a good long, or if we can get a good sell off of that, and if we can see if a good report comes out on these guys. Last time CELH reported, it squoze to the north side, and I missed out on it, and we actually prepped for this trade. It was right over there. That was the last high, and then on the earnings report, it actually started the day lower, I remember that, and I said, okay, ignore this stock. It looks like irrelevant. And then it squoze to the upside for an insane rally for that whole day. So it was a little sad to see that. Then seeing the stock pull back right back into that low, finding some support in there, and now pushing back up. This might be a little bit interesting. I don't think it had that high of a short report, or sorry, short float. But let's go see if it does. CELH has 11% short float, so 12% short float almost. It's not too high. Anytime it's in the red, it's pretty good, but above 10 is also pretty good. So we'll take a look at how the stock behaves on any sort of a positive report. It looks like they've been coming out with some positive reports recently and beating estimates and burning shorts. So this stock could get very active, very interesting. Also, what's the float for this position? 111 million. Okay, it's not like a small stock. That's the shares outstanding though, but what's the overall float? Maybe we just go back to our good friends at here, CELH. Float 154 million. Okay, and shares outstanding 231. They're giving us a little bit different number, and sadly, rest in peace to flowchecker.com. The OG, no longer there. Rest in peace. Pour one out for the dead homies. Flow Checker's dead. So we'll see how CELH sets up for a good earnings report. Let's take a look at what Options AI expects them to report tomorrow. CELH, 14% move up to almost $89 or down to $67. Yeesh. Down to 67, which will take it below the previous 52-week low, previous all-time week high, sorry. And why did that go that high? And then they said $89, just short of $90 according to them. We'll see how the report plays out and if we can get a bigger squeeze on this position. Datadog, a little nice hold over here on this position, just shy of 140, which looks like to be is the 52-week high. So waiting to see how Datadog sets up going into that area on that report. And you can see how amazing consolidation has come into play also right into these lows. If it does get under that area, we could open up some downside, some opportunity to cover some shorts, and you know, some long stop getting busted, so we could get some shorts opportunities through there to here, and then even below that to even more opportunity down there. So any negative report, I think we can watch to see how Datadog behaves over there. Crocs, a stock previously was very fun to trade, but I haven't traded this one in a long time. ATR now $4, which is actually not bad, with 1.8 million shares traded. Also okay. Looks like on earnings report you could bring in 4 million, 6 million, 10 million shares, so that's good. That could be an opportunity. I usually only do trade it on earnings days, but we'll see if Disney takes up more of our day, or if Palantir takes up more of our day. Palantir is known to bring in more than I don't know, like 100 million shares on earnings report. So we'll see if Palantir takes up more of our day, because that's going to be a more active stock to play with, more higher R-vol and so on. But Crocs at the moment, a little bit of consolidation right before the earnings report tomorrow pre-market. That could give you a breakout right above it, or a breakout right downside to the south side for us to ride also. So watching how Crocs ends up to help us with trading. I did talk about QQQ and how I got to go long QQQ today, but I want to talk about how QQQ could set up for some opportunities tomorrow on large cap stocks. QQQ setting up with a nice move above last week's high. Looks like it actually opened up today, pulled right into, maybe I can turn back my indicator on again. You can see how QQQ opened up today slightly above into the pre-market, into yesterday's high and into last week's high. Off the open, we drop right into yesterday's high and last week high, and then that gets bought right back up. Maybe if I even go to the 1 minute chart, you'll see a little bit better over there. You can see how the market opens up, pulls right back into yesterday's high and then last week's high, finds a bottom exactly into that area, starts getting bought back up, goes back above today's VWAP, holds above today's VWAP. Pretty good idea that the market wants to stay up, right? Pretty good idea that the market was finding buyers above yesterday's high, above last week's high, especially if the market looked like this going into the start of this week. So very, very weak going into the start of this week overall. So no one was expecting them to actually able to hold above last week's high. So holding above last week's high, finding buyers above VWAP. Even this little shake where actually I got long into. I got long, where is it? I got long right over here, right on the way down, expecting that they would just buy off of VWAP. Thankfully, I didn't go full size long there. I held it all the way back against me to this marker, which was exactly the open today. Today's open 437.32, and if you draw in a line over there, 437.17. So they could not even push under the open. I guess technically they did go under the open by, I don't know, 15, 20 cents, but that's not really going under the open for me. You got to show me, able to get under 437, hold under 437, clear weakness under 437. They did not show that to me. That got bought right back up. So that I said, okay, that's pretty cool. We push right back into VWAP and start holding back above VWAP. So I start holding all the way up. I take on the breakout of the high a day. I continue adding all the way up, and I pretty much hold that trade into 350. So the way the market moved today almost tells me that we might just be getting ready for another good move into this all-time high on the QQQ, which could take S&P 500, sorry, not S&P 500, some of the stocks within the QQQ to the high side, and especially the stocks that are already there that reported good earnings report can really benefit from this. Talking about Amazon. Amazon reported a decent earnings report not too long ago, and it has an all-time high of $189.77, which should act as a solid resistance if the market's weak tomorrow. But if it's not weak, then this 189.77/190 should, probably have some decent size on the ask, give you a breakout opportunity through that and get long. Let's be real. It might even do that in the pre-market, and you might not even be having a chance to play with 190 in the pre-market. It might give you on the pullback. It might give you on a failure to hold above 190. So you might just not have the breakout long. But overall, if the market's going higher, Amazon going above this area, look for the overall long thesis, right? If Amazon can get above 190, show you some sort of a nice buying above 190, holding above VWAP, today's VWAP, look for opportunities to buy into VWAP, right? Buy into VWAP, and that way if you're wrong, you're not too badly wrong on that trade, which is exactly what I did on the QQQ. Going back to QQQ once again on the 5-minute chart. Let me turn off this indicator because it keeps messing with my charts. QQQ, you can see how that area, like I mentioned, was yesterday's high and last week's high. It pulled back over there. I missed that long. That's fine. But once it pulled back into VWAP, this is where I kept looking for the longs, for the opportunities to get back into the long side after missing the first trade. This is exactly what you can do. Ignore that this says QQQ. Think about this as Amazon. Amazon breaking 190 in the pre-market, but off the open pulling back into 190, running away from you where you probably don't get a chance to get long anymore, but then somewhere into 191, 191.50 into VWAP, it's holding above there. And if the market looks bullish enough and everything else is peaking up also along with it, ADD is looking strong, the tick is going higher, the other Magnificent 7 stocks are also going higher on the day, you might just be able to pull off a nice long on Amazon tomorrow. So very interested to see how Amazon sets up into that all-time high, currently being at $190. You watching the Boeing launch tonight? What the hell is the Boeing launch? What are they talking about? What are they launching? Boeing's trying to compete for aerospace now? Are you kidding me? No one's gonna trust you to ride in these. Dude, if this blows up, I hope no people are on there, please. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm not gonna say anything bad, but if anything bad happens, you guys know what to do with Boeing. So maybe Boeing will be added onto my watch list. We'll see if it has a successful flight or an unsuccessful flight tomorrow, or sorry, tonight at 10:30ish, and then I'm getting ready to maybe put all my attention on Boeing tomorrow just based on that report. That's pretty interesting. Thank you for letting me know, Soze. I did not even know they were doing that. 10:30 p.m. I will for sure be watching that. At the moment, I'm currently looking at, obviously, we got sports going on. We got NBA. My team's already out from the NHL. Game 7, losing in overtime. Boston, Boston, Boston. I don't know what else to say besides that, right? Just repeat Boston 3 times. That's become the overall story of all Canadians and all Torontoians in a nutshell, basically, sadly. Couple other stocks that you might want to keep an eye out at on this overall rally since QQQ is now back above is Meta. Meta reclaiming that earnings day low of 453 is also very bullish. So if you pull back into today's low of 453, find some buying again, or find buying anywhere above today's low into today's VWAP. Meta could give you a beautiful reversal back to the north side and have a little bit of a run up. So 453 is what I'm putting as a, maybe not even 453. What was today's VWAP on the 5-minute chart? So on the 5-minute chart, today's VWAP comes in around 460. So I'll put in around 460, and then S2 I'll put in around 453 because I expect that one, the whole range, honestly, 455 to 453 to come into play if we do push back in, which is around yesterday's VWAP all the way back down to that 453 earnings day low as support, and then obviously a lot of room for it to play to the north side as we are just pushing north into the previous earnings anchored VWAP again into 477 or so. So Meta's got some room over here to the north if it wants to play with that. Nvidia, always a stock to keep an eye on when the market's rallying back above $900. SMCI had a beautiful rally today. Some of the semiconductors moved back up. AMD had a nice move back up too. You guys know how AMD's always on my watch list without fail, all the way in the semiconductor sector. So watching them, but no doubt about that one. Tesla, a stock that also reported earnings recently, caught a little bit of traction. Now finding buyers again above that 183, 184 area. So you might want to keep a little bit of eye out there on Tesla. However, if I really care about anything in the large cap tomorrow, if the market's moving up, I'm most likely looking at Apple, Meta, and Amazon. Apple mainly because it's now finally won this battle successfully into this 168 to 170, reclaiming that 180 area and getting above there. We'll see if Apple can continue to hold above here and continue up, and if Apple can't, and if the market pushes down, Apple getting back under 180 will make it a very interesting short opportunity. So we're watching to see how Apple reacts over here, which also reported earnings recently. Apple S1 as 184. Me today's low 180.42, 180.50 basically, but I'm just gonna put 180 as S1 on Apple tomorrow, and that's gonna be my main focus of interest. QQQ, S&P 500, Apple, Amazon, Meta, Disney, Palantir, and then we'll see how some of the stocks that reported tomorrow pre-markets, we'll see how they play out. I usually try to stay away from the stocks that report in the pre-market because they have a conference call in the pre-market or during the open. which is usually not something that you want to see when a stock is having a conference call during the open. Either you want to be able to join the conference call and listen to it, which I'm not doing, so I try to stay away from it, but they give you some opportunities to trade over there. Back from the bar, Ani was there, drunk in the corner, drinking some margarita. I don't doubt that at all. Well, you probably left it there because you were on a date with her, right, Dieter? You were on a date with your honey. I'll be right back, chat. I'm gonna get some water, so I'm gonna hit you guys with a quick little ad. I'll be right back. Yo, water's so good. Alright, so that's basically my main focus on the day tomorrow. You could add coin to your basket, another stock that recently reported earnings. Let's see how BTC USD is doing. Back above 60k, reclaiming 60k again. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Shout out to Bitcoin, obviously, for doing that. Saving Mara, saving IBIT. Mara with the monster move to the upside. Wow. I'm guessing Riot did something similar too. Nothing at all. Mara with the monster move back up over here. 17% move up today. What happened with Mara? Ahead of its earnings, the stock gets pumped to the upside. Mixed Bitcoin weaker, holds above 6,300. Okay, well, for some reason, Mara was going absolutely crazy today, up almost 18% on the day. So this could be a little bit of high importance, maybe it has some sort of a day 2 catalyst, because today was an obvious day 1 play, well above its normal ATR move taking place. So I'll put Mara on the watch to see, or I'll highlight Mara as a higher importance to see if Mara becomes important tomorrow. You said, why was GME not on my watch list? I did not even know GME was important. Why is GME important at the moment? I mean, yeah, that is pretty interesting. Why is GME doing this all of a sudden? Okay. Where's the thing about GME? Oh, GME. Doesn't say anything about why GME is moving today. It's talking about Marathon Oil. Why is GME moving? Or it moved at least, what is it, Friday? It moved drastically Friday. It did a little bit of nothing today. Had a, I guess based on how big of a candle Friday was, it basically on the percentage wise did nothing today, which is good for the bulls. But overall, I'm not sure what's really going on with GameStop. Pretty interesting overall, I guess. If we can't get above this area, I'll be obviously watching to see what GME does. That could open up a lot of probably shorts getting burst on this position, and people obviously don't like to hear that. Well, people probably do like to hear that because they want to hear that shorts are getting burst on GME and on AMC. So that's pretty surprising. Still a pretty high short flow. Not a 100% short floater anymore, but still a pretty high short flow. Looking to see if AMC is catching a little bit of traction along with it. Looks like not at all. None at all, actually. But GME, okay, pretty cool. Pretty interesting. We'll obviously put this one on the watch list over here based on how the stock is reacting. Thank you for alerting me to the position. I did not know that GME was doing something fun, something exciting for us. So let me put in GME, color it, important color. Maybe you need to scroll down a little bit so the chat can see. Okay, let me just color it and then we can scroll down a little bit. GME resistance 1859 to 18, I'll just put an 1860, 1850 to 1860 as the whole area to watch on. As for supports, then we'll obviously watch to see how the stock reacts into this double top high into what 1750 looks like. Nice little yesterday's high, today's high of 1750. If we can get a breakout of this area, I think we can get a move right into this 1860, 1870 area, maybe even 19, bursting out some of the stops, going much higher, or a failure to burst these stops because these stops might be at 20 and then it just comes plummeting right back to the downside, which would give a reversal short opportunity too. So GME gets me very exciting around this area. As for supports, you can look for possibly somewhere around this zone. You can see how that bottom got respected quite a bit. You can call it a little bit of a loose bottom, but that bottom still got respected quite a bit. I'm gonna put another line, almost like a boxed range, right? This little boxed range over here that we're looking to see how the stock reacts in, somewhere between 1356 to 1331. I'm gonna even say give it a whole 15-cent range, honestly, to see how the stock reacts in that area. You don't see how it reacts by just getting long, right? You wait, you let it trade, let it trade, let it trade. If it goes into that area and then gets bought right back up, immediately gets right back up, and then the next time it comes back, is it making a lower high, lower low, and then in that moment, then you can get into that trade with that previous low as your stop, and then slowly keep adding anytime it keeps pulling back. If you're interested in that long, that is. If you're interested in that short, then you're possibly looking for any pops to get short into. So GME might be a little interesting tomorrow. We'll see how this one comes into play. Why is mRNA not on your short list? Given your hate, major resistance, and insider selling, don't care. I just don't care about trading mRNA. I simply don't care. There's way better opportunities than trading mRNA every single day. I just simply can't trade it. Nope. I hate that stock, hate that company, hate the trade. Never trading it. It's on my no trade list. It's on my not to look at the stock list. Same with Pfizer. Now these two boomer stocks, I just don't care about them. Nope, not my problem, not my trade, not my problem. I got better problems to deal with. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much our watch list for tomorrow and all things that we're looking at to see where we can make our sweet cheddar cheese in. Pretty good opportunities according to me at the very least, and hopefully you find it the very same. Let's find a video interesting now. This is one of the more recent videos from SMB Capital. I find it interesting. This is the one that we were supposed to watch on Sunday. So I haven't watched it yet. No, this is not the one yet. This is the one. This is the one that we were supposed to watch on Sunday. It says that I finished it. That's a lie. I did not finish it. Swing trading setups, that's a pretty cool video. We might have to watch that one too, but this is the one we were supposed to watch. We'll go watch this one. We'll maybe keep this one on the open, but hold up, pause that, do this, rewind, put it up, put my headphones on, and then we'll watch this video. Oh wait, we need to pause the music also. Pause the music. You guys ready? Grab your popcorn, grab your drinks. It's movie time. Movie time, movie time, movie time. Trading became easy after I did these 4 things.
Okay, our head of trader development, Jeff Holden, is obsessed with making trading easier and more profitable for our new hires and you. In this video, he teaches you 4 counterintuitive techniques that do just that. I'm Mike Bellafiore, and we're one of the top proprietary trading firms located in New York City since 2005.
Bro, why do these guys talk so slow?
And even 8-figure per year traders. Watch, take notes, and learn from professional proprietary trader on our desk so you can grow your trading account.
These are 4 things that are going to be really important for anybody coming in to really focus on. And
This
it really
is
simplifies a
TH's
lot of what the
favorite
journey
channel.
of developing traders about. The challenge that a lot of traders come into is you will learn so much about trading as a developing trader. Problem really centers around the structure of what you're trying to learn. And today we're going to talk about a really quick structure. It's got 4 components to it. But the most important thing is to learn the structure of how you should think about these things and what you can do with that. So let's get into the very first one. I promise we're not going to take too much time today. The first thing, the most important thing that you need to start with is you need to learn to read the price action. Specifically what we mean by that is the way the price moves around in trading. So everybody understands what a candlestick is. If not, I'm sure there are lovely videos on YouTube that can teach you about candlesticks. But the reality is what you're looking at, the components of a candlestick and multiple candlesticks, is how the price action is coming together. One key thing that I notice so many people miss, and we hear about on the desk a lot, traders talking about, they're starting higher time frame and they're quickly moving down to lower time frames. So they're putting the price action together by looking at what's happening on the higher time frame, usually the daily chart, and then the hourly chart, and then the 15-minute, and then they're getting down to a 5-minute or a 2-minute or a 1-minute in our case for a lot of us traders. They're putting those together and they're reading what's happening on all of those different time frames, and they're looking for uniformity. They're looking for consistency. You're looking for the same story to be told across all those different time frames. We really need a very quick process for knowing how to put the pieces together. So that's why we take that 4-step process, and all of our screens, and I'll send you can see what's on the screen right now, but all of our screens have one main thing, that's the intraday, and then the 3 other components on it. This is super common across the desk. So it's a quick process to visually put together the pieces. You can pull up any chart and you can look at the pieces and how they come together. Why this is so important is price action is actually sort of the language of trading. When you hear traders chatter on the desk, what you're hearing, and great traders especially, like the traders we have on the desk, the superstars, they're not talking about a stock. They're talking about a stock in terms that describe the price action, really terms that describe the way the price action is moving that will tell us about the opportunities that we're looking for. So a term like, wow, that stock is trading really aggressively, or that stock is trading really passively, or that stock is trading in a sustained trending way, or a choppy way, or a kind of a boring way. I was just on the desk and we were talking about what a freaking boring day it was today. And then our favorite as traders is when price action is actually a little bit scary, because that usually is meaning there's a really good opportunity setting up. These are all different descriptions of the price action, but each of those descriptions give a tremendous amount of clues to the edges that might be presented to us. So let's get into number 2. You have to understand why your trade has edge. So your trade, any trade, doesn't have edge because you think the stock is going up based on some fundamental thesis. I may know that I'm going to wake up today and have a great day trading. I may know that I'm going to wake up today, the sun's shining, and I'm going to have a great day. That might be my personality. When I wake up every day, I think I'm going to have a great day today. That doesn't tell me anything about the edge that I'll use or the skills that I'll use to make it a good or great day. That's just his general belief about what's going to happen to help us understand the opportunities that are going to be presented. Catalyst, setup, and trade. About what's going to happen to help us understand.
Is this something he did that I do too, or is this some software that he's using? Pretty cool, pretty cool. It's almost like the bookmap thing that I coded for myself.
Understand the opportunities that are going to be presented. Catalyst, setup, and trade. We start with the catalyst, and then we take the setup. And the setup is what we just talked about, that combination of the price action. And then we talk about specific trades. That combination of catalyst, setup, trade helps scope the edge that we're looking for. It scopes the opportunities that we're looking to trade. An aggressive price action with a specific catalyst, setup, trade makes a ton of sense. Aggressive price action with a different catalyst, setup, trade maybe doesn't make as much sense. One little clue here, and maybe a quick tip that we can give you, is we find over and over and over again how many professional traders have a ratio of 4 or 5 to 1. That 4 or 5 is the number of ideas they've considered to the number of trades that they actually put risk on. So imagine that. That's 4 or 5 flushed out ideas that you're ready to put risk on for every one trade that you take. We need to know who's on the wrong side of the trade. We need to know whose money we're taking. That tells us how they might act. So we basically can avoid the trades when they're not available to us. When those participants aren't acting in that specific way, we can avoid those trades. But that also gives us permission in maybe that 1 out of those 4 or 5 ideas to take that money when it's available to us. The third component that feeds into all of this is you have to start with your stop. Catalyst setup trade gives us an edge. Catalyst setup trade with price action.
No stop, no trade.
Whose money we're taking and how they're likely to respond. But in order to put on that trade, we need to start with a stop. So if you start with your trading stop, that just gives you a starting point on how to execute on that edge. Your stop is really that point from the price action where your edge started from. Your stop sets your risk management. Your stop gives you a chance to set up your trade the right way. You can't accurately get the right sizing if you don't understand where your stop is. So you have to start with your stop. You don't accurately understand what's the next couple things that might happen in this trade if you don't look at what happened from where your stop was. You can modify your stop in a trade. So you could be in a trade, it starts to work, and you're like, maybe I should move my stop up to break even. Well, that's not the right solution. You can modify your stop based on a new edge being presented, a new edge in that trade. You can modify your stop if now you recognize that I should be taking these people's money up here. Then you can move your stop up. You can't set a stop based on your P&L. You have to use the price action. The final component to this, number 4, stems from a conversation that I was just having with a trader, and that's why we needed to get in and shoot this video. We were just talking about a challenge for this trader, and it's a challenge for you. This trader understands where their edge is coming from. They're able to call out their edge. They're able to put some risk on, but they're not putting on enough risk. And we were talking about the reasons why they were struggling with that. And he said, you know, it's like in that moment, I know I need to press the button, but I think about all the things that could happen that really would make it difficult for me. What if that trade didn't work out? What if I did this? What if I did that? What if I did this? What he was talking about basically laid out a mile-wide path that was all about frustration and fear and FOMO and greed. When we were talking more through it, all of those things are a mile wide, or they seem like a mile wide, but they're 1 inch deep. Trading is a game of edge. If you have trading edge, how wide is the trading edge of most experienced, very successful traders? In the grand scope of everything we do, it is 1 inch wide. How deep is that trading edge? Miles deep. So think about what's happening with this trader. He's visualizing all the emotions associated with trading poorly, with losing, with not taking advantage of his edge. And that is a mile wide of frustration, fear, FOMO, greed. And he's discounting his edge, which is only 1 inch wide, but it's a mile deep. If he gets his feet deep in the ground, deep in that trading edge, you can go quickly through that inch deep of everything because your trading edge is focused. It's precise.
Inch deep,
it combines
boys.
all 3 of the things that we mentioned above, and it magnifies them. It gives you the confidence to show up and make the most of the opportunities generated for us by the big players that participate in the market every day. It gives you the ability to scale your trading, which is really the real goal we all have here. It's an example of how doing the right game planning and learning to trade edges better, that just naturally would create an improved mindset and improved confidence in your trading. There is no better way to grow as a trader than to look across all the things that you're doing, in your trading, and then find the things to reduce out. And these 4 components are super important things that we see of all successful traders.
To the
So you're
yes.
a trader, not doing as well as you want.
Hell to the yes.
And you just can't
Pretty
figure out
simple
why.
video,
You can't
not
become profitable,
anything
no matter how
like
hard you try.
one of
Well, I'm sure
those
why. This is your
indicators. You're
competition.
doing
The
that
traders in
wrong.
this
You're
room.
doing that
This room right
right.
here is full
Right.
of elite
Simple
traders. Some of
video
whom are
telling you, where people usually go wrong, and telling you like maybe where you need to focus on. And decent video. I like it. Here's another one where they talk about trading setups. Like, I think I'll watch this on my own time. We'll kind of move this to chess, and we'll be ending with the stock talk for the night, because I basically ran out of stocks that I need to talk about, or at least I want to have on my watch list for tomorrow. And now we are going to the calm down period of the stream where we chill out, relax, kick our feet back, and talk about the embarrassing weekend I've had on chess. What an embarrassing weekend I've had on chess. I was 450, 60, 80. I mean, I went from 450 to I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, chat. I lost it all. I lost my whole rank. I'm now back to pleb rank. I'm back to being dog shit at the game. It's so sad. I tried to do the London Open, and I got so bad at it. I am doing so bad at the London Open that, oh my goodness, that I just gave up all of my rank. It's so sad. There was about 30 or more companies that report after the close. I don't care about all of them, dude. The hell? I don't give a care about them. There's only very few stocks that I care to trade about, and that's what the show is about. Black to move? Oh, that was scary. I almost screwed that up. I almost screwed that up. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Black to move. Okay, okay. At least we're doing better on these. The daily puzzle. Black to move. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What? What? Bro, what? You think I'm gonna be able to do that in a real goddamn game? Are you kidding me? You think I'm that smart? Like, okay, look, I beat a 1300 robot. And I can beat Amir without a problem. Let's actually warm up with Amir. Okay? And let's do it as white. And let's see if I'm doing the London Open right. Okay? You guys can tell me if I'm doing the London Open right. I do that first, then this second. Defend him. Pyramid. Bring this guy out here. Bring him out here. Bring him here. Bring him here. Advance. This is where I always screw up. God damn it. Okay. Well, I can't trade him, can I? I don't have anything that I can trade him with. Okay. Comes here for this. He does not. Trapped. Oh, Lord. I do this. I do this. Wait a minute. I can win this. Then I do this. Then I do this. I do this. And I take that. That didn't work out as planned. That didn't work out as planned. I want to get here. And I wanted to move him, but he did not move. And I wanted to checkmate by going here. That did not work out as planned. Oh no. Okay. We can move this guy out of here. Oh my god. I'm throwing. Rematch. Okay, restart. Okay, go out. Go out here. You're here. You're here. Oh my god, I already screwed up. Restart, rematch. Okay, let's not go hasty mode. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, you're defended, so you should be good. Now I bring in you here. Bring you here. I take you because you're free. I take you because you're free. You're not free, but you will be free if you come through. I do this. Double up. Doubled up. I could take that and sacrifice this way, or I could take this and sacrifice this way, or I could yeah, let's do it this way. Sacrifice that way. And then we could send him here without killing him, but that's not possible. Let's bring him back. Maybe that was not a good call, but okay, that was pretty stupid, honestly. I should have just done that. Then that would have been free. Trade. 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 Eat this. Double up. No, I don't want to stack my pawns, so I'll leave them be. This guy's good. We'll go here, see if he wants to trade queens. If he does, then whatever. We'll take that. Okay. Uh-huh. What? You're supposed to be 1,000 bot. How do you not see that mistake? Okay, yeah, I made a mistake. Oh no, I'm an idiot. No. Let's just play a normal game and hope we don't make these mistakes. We're warmed up. We're warmed up. We warmed up. We warmed up. You fast. Yeah, but I'm overconfident. Okay. One. Oh, this guy might actually try to do the London opening himself, so we might have to counter the London by the Queen's Gambit, or what is it? The Queen's Gambit or the... So for that, I need to do this, or I need to do this. Yeah, he's going with the London opening himself. So why don't we do... Oh, I should have brought him out, maybe. Oh, it's already too late. Oh, he's dead. Oh, you could have killed him. You could have killed him, but you fucked up. But now I get to open him up. Oh, I didn't even need... I should not have done that. I should have just moved him sideways. Oh well. Now I get to at least... I fucked up so many ways here. I already fucked up so many ways. Alright, just try to fix the game. Whatever we have, we have. Just try to fix it at this point. Go up one. No, we'll just go bring him one here. He's dead again. Hopefully he doesn't realize that. Okay, good. I'll protect him. Oh my god. That was scary. There is no undoing case of mistake. Hell no. Especially not in, like, ranked. There is against computers, against bots. But, like, I play, like, the hardest difficulty where there's no assistance or no give back mode. Because I'm trying to become a grandmaster. However, a grandmaster wouldn't lose 100 points in over a weekend. And I did that. And now it's so hard to get that back because I'm so demoralized mentally. So mentally demoralized. But it's okay. We'll get it back. All is well. Buddy's turn and Buddy's mentally frozen at the moment. So we're good. We're chilling. Time for music again, chat? Why don't you guys tell me? Okay, he moved this queen. This is where we trade the dark for the dark, I guess? Okay, let's think. If he moves this here, he's got this, he's got that. That's all he has. I have this. And I have this. Alright, we'll be initiating a war by doing this. I initiate a thumb war. You take, I take, you take, I take. I lose the worst thing here, honestly. Oh, this is actually not good for me. This is actually not good for me. Because he's got this, he's got this. I only got this. And I got nothing else. What's more important, this guy or this guy? Honestly, this guy's not that important. We'll just move this guy to the side right now. Let him die. That was a bad war initiate. Oh man, he's gonna eat that too. Oh well. We lost 2 horses for no reason, chat. We initiated a war that we could not handle. And now we can't castle. Oh my god, so many mistakes. Holy smokes. Nails, 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 nails. I think I honestly lose this, man. He's trapped. Let's just get him out of the way. Just double him up. Screw it. And then I can actually win the game, I think. If he moves this. Oh, right. That's there for that. That's right. And he doubled that up instead of doubling this up. Because if he doubled that up, that would have been an easy win for me. This guy's not actually bad. This guy's not half bad. Go on, get your fucking thing out of there, you pussy. We lost this one, chat. I don't quit so easily, though. I don't quit so easily, even though we initiated a war that we could not have won. Damn it, that war was fucked. We started a war we could not have won. LAC is down 15% year to date. Not much. The airliner. Like... an airliner, guys. Meh. I don't want him to do that and come cuck me, so I'm just gonna move him back a bit. But that kills him. No! If he doesn't take that, I'll be happy. Throwing another game. What's new? What's this guy's goal here, Dieter? What the hell does he want to do? Why move that so far deep? Man, people are so slow. Come on, make your mind up. I guess that's why I'm bad, huh? This is one of my more favorite beats from Dieter. Now I could go here, but then he could just escape this way or this way. Or I could go here, and I could threat him from not even going over here. He could only go here then, because this one's dangerous for him. That one's already dangerous. But this one doesn't really have any support. Well, he does. That one's there for there. I move my queen up. I'm just threatening my queen for no reason. Let's back up this bishop real quick. It will, but these guys are way too trigger happy to trade. Like, people are just in this elo are way too trigger happy to trade queens, mainly because computer at like 1000 just trades queens. If you offer a trade queen with a backup for the queen, the computer will just trade it. But this way, honestly, I can develop the pawns and take a little bit more space with my pawns while they're backed up too. But it would suck if I would have to double them up. But if he's smart enough, he would not double them up. Now, this is dangerous. That's dangerous. Cannot go there. This whole file's blocked. He goes here, he's dead. He goes here, he's dead. The only thing he can do is back him up, right? So I think this was a smarter play. Instead of taking space, now we back him up. But instead of going here, he still had room to go here. And since he did not back this up, he would have probably room to go back there too if I didn't move the pawn up, right? So now I basically lock him to only one file back. This might have been a way better play. Take. Perfect. Take. See? Way better play. Take. Check. Resign. Bam. We brought in the 500 IQ over there for that game. Bam. Awesome. Awesome. We made a lot of mistakes at first, but we made up for it at the end for the big brain. A little bit of thinking over there. I don't disagree with you that moving the queen here at this point, I don't disagree with you that moving the queen here would have been a good play because he is backing up that. But then he would have all the way here to go. Right? But moving this here made him back up. And then moving him here afterwards locked him up. He went down. Take. He took. I took. I take. He resigned. Beautiful. Beautiful gameplay right there, chat. I hope you like that. I hope you like that. Now I need to do more of that off stream so I can actually gain all my elo back to 450, 480 back. Pray for me, chat. Pray for me. I need your prayers. Oof. Pray for me. But while you do that, I'll pray for all of us to have an amazing day tomorrow. It's going to be a banger day with Palantir moving, with the market waking back up again to the north side. Tons of opportunities left and right once again. Market's not being boring at the very least, and that's the only thing we can hope for, we can pray for. So shout out to that. Market reclaiming last week's high. Now any pullback into that last week's high, showing buying above it, showing above it, above today's low, showing buying above today's high. We are looking for another rally to the north side back into that all-time high territories on these markets. Look for Apple, look for Amazon, look for Meta. Most of the stocks that we talked about, even the stocks that are reporting tomorrow, Disney, CELH, Datadog, Crocs, stocks that already reported today, some of the ones that you guys already talked about, Palantir, Lucid, and so on. Last but not least, all the links down below, my affiliate sponsors and my social media links. Go check them out. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, 8 o'clock. TraderPrad out. Ciao. Good night, guys. Have a good day tomorrow. Let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow. As you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.